It's day 28 of our 40 days of prayer, and we're praying for God to help us rebuild our sense of mission. Now, when it comes to sharing the gospel with others, we can have the commitment and we can have the courage, knowing that God uses our stories and shows His grace to others through the ways that He's shown grace to us. But there are times when we have to be very thoughtful about what it is that we're going to do. I think about in Esther chapter 5, as she has been called by God to stand for God's people, her people, in the face of possible devastation. She asks her friends to pray. She tells Mordecai, tell your people, tell all the people to pray. And as they're praying, she's really seeking God's wisdom and God's will for how to do that, how to follow through on this purpose that God's given to her. At the end of the book of Acts, Paul is there in Rome, and he's not there in the way maybe he thought he would be, but that's where God has him, and so he just thinks about how it is then that God can use him. And so he's under house arrest and people visit him, and even through all that he shares the gospel. It's amazing how on the journey that we're on, God uses us wherever we are if we're open to how it is that he wants to use us. So I think about how in our workplaces, there may be a conversation that just happens out of the blue. I mean, even on Zoom, you weren't expecting it, but one of your coworkers says, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I had a rough week last week, and thank you for your patience with me." And there's an opportunity there to say, "Oh man, well, is there anything I can be praying for you, or anything I can help you with?" We have those opportunities to really take advantage of how God gives us insight into the brokenness and the difficulties that people face, where we can minister to them and share the gospel of His grace and His goodness in those moments. So let's be prayerful and let's be thoughtful, and then as those opportunities come, let's be ready to respond. So pray for that. Pray for that just awareness and thoughtfulness for every situation that we face, so that we can recognize the opportunities that God gives us and then act upon them. Okay? Don't forget to pray for a couple other people, and I'll see you tomorrow.